Alright, hey guys, so this is the other video regarding Ezra Euphoria. This is Euphoria 2, which is Fungus leads the win, and this is the one with Dynamo. So, rank 1, if pulsing electric field is an array, is not active at the start of turn, activate pulsing electric field, which means pulsing electric field is gonna be permanent, right? Unless the enemy overrides it, and then later Ezra will override it again. Okay, so seems like he is a very good counter against enemy with array, because he easily just overrides it. But that also means that it resets his array as well. After action, he will gain 10 Dynamo. And at the moment, he starts with 10 Dynamo, and that is rank 3. Okay, at rank 3 of the Euphoria, he will start with 10 Dynamo. And if he takes any action, he gets 10 Dynamo. At the end of the turn, he funnel 20 Dynamo into pulsing electric field. At most 20. If you have 30 Dynamo, only 20 will go in, and 10 more will stay with Ezra. If you have 10 Dynamo on Ezra, only 10 will go to the array. So if you really want to get the array up as quick as possible, you want to get at least 20 stack of Dynamo on Ezra. Okay, so pulsing electric field, at the start of turn, upgrade depending on how much Dynamo is funneled in. On level 1, it starts with 0, and all allies increase damage dealt by 15% for 3 rounds. And after funneling in 50 Dynamos, it goes to stage 2 or level 2, where all allies increase incantation might by 25%. To be honest, 15% and 25%, 15% damage dealt, 25% incantation might is pretty decent. Alright, it's pretty decent. And after funneling in 120 Dynamo, so let's say you start with 0, then you funnel in 50, it turns into stage 2, you funnel another 70. Then it turns to stage 3. At stage 3, all allies increase ultimate might by 35% on top of level 2's effect. So at this point, the array will give 15% damage dealt, 25% incantation might, and 35% ultimate might. The problem is that certain DPS focus on incantation, certain focus on ultimate might. You don't really need both of them at the same time. And at this point, without any specific support, it's a bit difficult for us to hit stage 3. Because if you want to hit stage 3, Ezra will be very AP hungry. You have to keep using his incantation in order to get the Dynamo stack, at least using 2 incantation in 1 round, which doesn't make sense for a support unit. Alright? However, if there is another unit that can grant Dynamo to all party member, maybe 10 at a time, then all Ezra need to do is just using 1 incantation. Then he will get 20 every round. So that makes it more AP friendly to play, which is why I think Keeperina's kit will revolve around Dynamo, and Keeperina has a buff skill, 1 attack, 1 buff. I hope that one is the same. The buff will maybe give the whole party 10 stack of Dynamo. So that will help Ezra to be more AP friendly, and we can push it to level 3. Which also means that Keeperina kit will also be ultimate base. Which makes sense because at the moment the meta they are shifting towards ultimate might. Right? Hisabeth is ultimate. Before that we have Noir is ultimate. Then Recoletta's ultimate. Then now you have Name Day also support ultimate. Melania is also ultimate. So all these newer characters now focus onto ultimate might. And hence, Ezra will also do that. But if you are not using Ezra in an ultimate might team, like I'm here having Liang Yue, which is incantation, then you don't need to go to stage 3. Stage 2 is enough. Okay? And to get to stage 2, it is not that difficult. Rank 2 At the start of the turn, plant 1 honey fungus and 1 ghost fungus. So now he start off with honey fungus and ghost fungus. You don't have to do anything. Okay, you don't have to use S1, you don't have to use S2, and you already have the fungus. Okay, so it becomes automatic. Now the thing is that at rank 4, when releasing normal incantation, decrease 10% HP loss. So he doesn't lose as much HP as before. The shield given by Stimulus of Mind, which is his buff, this one, increases duration by 1 and can be stacked with already existing shield. So kind of like Babel. If you have Jay's shield ready, and when you use Stimulus of the Mind, Stimulus to the Mind, then it stacks on top of Jay's shield. But this shield cannot surpass 60% of max HP. Then you receive Electric M. And what is Electric M? Okay, Electric M, when the mushroom are under pulsing electric field, stage 2 or 3, immediately grow and mature at the start of the turn. Okay, at the start of the turn, now he gained 1 honey fungus and 1 ghost fungus, and because of this rank 4, and his array is at stage 2, instantly you will get all the buff from the mushroom, which is actually really good. Which means if you get it up to stage 2, for every turn you are at stage 2, because it lasts for stage 3, and if you don't bring it to it lasts for 3 turns. If you don't bring the array to stage 3, it will drop back to stage 1. Okay, if you don't bring it to stage 3, it will drop back to stage 1. So for that 3 turns, the mushroom will grow every turn, giving you 2 stacks of crit damage and 2 stacks of damage taken on the enemy every turn. So total of 6 stacks. So after any mushroom mature, it will also give all allies shield equivalent to a rank 2 Stimulus of the Mind. Stimulus to the Mind. And if possible, stack shields, right? So stage 2, that is our main aim. We want to hit stage 2. Once we hit stage 2, not only we are getting 15% damage dealt, not only we are getting 25% out incantation might, we are also getting a shield every round for free, and also 40% crit damage, 2 stacks, and 25% damage reduction on the enemy, 2 stacks. Okay, so here I want to demonstrate to you how you want to play him, the Dynamo version, for his Euphoria. Okay. Alright, I'll have to start with this because I have this concert on me. Hopefully Fatu will dispel that. Then I will have to be AP hungry first for Ezra. Oh no, wait, I don't have to. All I need to be concerned about is the Dynamo stack. I don't even need his ultimate, to be honest. Because once you get the Dynamo, the array to stage 2, the mushroom will grow and mature, so you don't need the ultimate to actually mature it. Right? If you read about his ultimate, it's basically to mature the mushrooms and give him Eureka. And Eureka helps in maturing or growing the mushroom, which now is not a concern anymore if the array is stage 2. So here we have 10, we just want to add once. I would recommend to use his buff because shield, right? Because shield. Then I want to use this, and okay.
Please let me your power. Be careful. Take good care of yourself.
Alright, so you can see 20 Dynamo goes into the array. Now it's at 20 over 50. So here I need to use 2 incantation to get another 20 Dynamo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Please let me your power in a second.
Okay, 10 Dynamo,
Power from the soil.
20 Dynamo,
Be careful.
okay. So here 40 over 50, which means this turn I don't need to use 2 incantation, just 1 is enough. Okay, just 1 is enough. Unless you really want to push for the, what's that, to stage 3. Here you actually need to use 2 incantation. The reason is because here is 40, if you use 2 it will go to 60. When you reach stage 2, to go to stage 3 you need 70. But if it's already at 60, that 10 will overflow to stage 2. So now stage 2 you only need 60. And if it's 70, it's actually impossible for you to hit stage 3 because Ezra only can get 20 Dynamo into the array every round. And 70 means every round you only can put in 60 by the end of the 3rd round. You don't even have enough to reach stage 3 and it will reset back to stage 1. So if you really want to hit stage 3, means every single turn from stage 1 you need to use 2 incantation every single round. Okay? Every single round 2 incantation, only you are able to hit stage 3. Which is why I say is not the right way to play him right now. Because it's too much AP and your DPS will lose out a lot of damage. Which doesn't make sense. Ezra is not a damage dealer. He is a support. Okay, so here I'm going to continue with only one, and I want to buff myself to protect myself from the enemy. Okay, I want to... Here I will actually move this in order to get additional Moxie, but for demonstration purpose, I think I will just get Liang Yue's ultimate in the turn after next. Or else I'll be doing too much damage and the enemy will quickly die, so I cannot really show you the rotation. Right, so now 10 Dynamo will go into the array. Right, so as you can see, for these 3 turns, it seems that Ezra is pretty AP hungry. You need to use 5 incantation in 3 rounds, so every round you're using 1 or 2 AP, which is expensive, if you get what I mean. But once you hit stage 2, now you don't even want to use any of his incantation. Using his incantation will give you Dynamo, which is a waste because the Dynamo will go into this array, and you don't even want it to hit stage 3. You can just let it reset back to stage 1. And then again you are throwing Dynamo in to reach stage 2. So this is like the best time. You have all the buff up. His mushroom is going to continue to grow and giving so much of this stack on the enemy. Now there's 4. On Earth there's 6. Even Liang Yue is not going to attack 4 times in a row, I think. Or maybe she can. But yes, you will have kind of like enough stacks. Right, so here I need to cleanse. I don't even know if I can cleanse enough to unstun Liang Yue. So okay, I'm gonna go with this. 3, 4. Now there's this concert there as well. This boss is so annoying. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Right, you don't have to use any of Ezra incantation at this point. So for this 3 round, he's AP free. And he provides all the buff and all the stacks and everything. Not bad, right? I really think it's not bad. Right, 25% incantation might, that's pretty huge. Okay, now Fatal Plage. Gust is at 3 stacks, at stage 3. And with the buff that Ezra provides, this team is gonna hit pretty hard. Okay, and you see every round the shield, you just see the shield on 5-2, right? It's gone and now it's instantly back. It's a rank 2 shield.
You want me to? Please stay behind me. Please let me go. Please stay behind me.
Again, you don't need to act. Just go all out on your attacks. $90 damage.
You are not welcome.
130 damage. Right, if I go into Liang Yue's ulti, it's gone. One ulti will just wipe it, which is why just now I didn't want to do it, because I just want to show more on how this team works. In fact, I want to show that after, what's that? I think the enemy will probably die, but basically if next round, this stage 2 will go back to stage 1, and then you will start to have to use 2 AP around for Ezra. So basically he needs like 5 AP in order to get 50 Dynamo over 3 rounds, because every round you only can put maximum 20 into the array. So 3 rounds where you use 5 AP, another 3 rounds when this is at stage 2 that you don't even use a single AP. So in 6 rounds, Ezra technically needs 5 AP. That makes him about needing 1 AP per turn, which is fine for a support, right? Which is fine for a support. So personally, I think this version of Ezra is pretty fun to use. If you let me choose, I would prefer this one over the healing one, but I might just unlock both. They play very differently. Like with Lilia, you have the ultimate and then you have the incantation, but the playstyle doesn't really change that much. It's just which support you want to bring for Lilia. But for Ezra, it really changes the playstyle based on if you are using Euphoria 1 or if you are using Euphoria 2. So, yeah. And I think there will be more unit coming up that's going to relate to Dynamo. So, in that case, okay, what should I do now? Wait. This is back to stage 1. I don't have incantation. Alright, never mind. I will just buff myself and do an ultimate. Okay, yeah, so in the future there should be more unit with Dynamo coming in, and I think Ezra is just gonna be better, right? So those of you who have Ezra and you've been reading some of the comments on how to play him, a lot is saying that he is mid. In fact, like I say in my previous video, when I first use him, I did not know how to use Ezra, and then he was really mid. Like, I'm like, it has to use so much AP in order to get everything up, then only to provide that form of buff, which doesn't really make sense. But after actually understanding the kit, understanding the mushroom, understanding all of that, it make more sense. Then when I try it out in this team, he is actually pretty decent. Alright, so that's all for this video. I hope it will give you some insight about Ezra, and yeah, have a good day. Thank you.